The MSD Blaster coil packs that we have here today will be a premium option for the 11 to 16 GT owners who might be looking to replace a set of faulty or failing stock coils with something aftermarket and something from one of the most trusted names in aftermarket ignition. Now, the Blaster coils will come in a set of 8, and they will feature this nice bright red finish and corresponding 1-year warranty off of that mid $400 price point. Site's gonna call this a very soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and 30 minutes at most to complete from start to finish. But if you hang with me for a bit, we'll walk you through that job later in the video. The Blaster coils from MSD are going to be a very solid aftermarket option for the Coyote owners who are again looking to replace their stock coils, which either might be faulty or on their way out. Now, a common misconception with something like this is that they add a ton of power, which isn't exactly true. And if they do, well, typically that's because the coils that you are replacing weren't really functioning properly in the first place, therefore not allowing your Coyote to make or live up to its full potential. Now, what the MSD Blaster coils here will do is help smooth out your idle along with your revs, barring you got a good set of plugs in there, help clear up any high RPM misfires, and possibly even in some cases improve your fuel economy, again, depending on just how rough a shape your factory coils were in the first place. Now, MSD claims all of this is possible thanks to the increased voltage output over the stockers, 25,000 volts here with the Blasters to be exact. Now, MSD does build these Coyote-specific coils using their patented primary and secondary winding technique and internals, and they do also feature that factory-style socket and coil wire design, which is basically just going to make these things an extremely painless swap on any Coyote-powered GT at home. Finally, guys, my favorite part, as cheesy as it sounds, is that cool bright red finish here on the actual bodies, which will be noticeable with those factory coil covers off. However, if you're the type of owner who likes to rock those coil covers, well, you're really not going to see them. But what do you say we stop talking about these darn things? Let's take them out to the shop and just show you what it takes to get them installed on your 11 to 16 GT at home. So without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown right now.
Tools used for this installation: 3/8 impact gun, 1/4 inch drive extension, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, 13 8mm socket, pry bar, small flathead screwdriver, dielectric grease. Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through the process of installing our MSD coil packs on our 2014 Mustang. It's a pretty easy installation. Let's get started. So first step we're going to do is we're going to remove our strut tower brace. This is a premium Mustang, so this has one. Some of the Mustangs that are not the premiums don't have it. So we're going to take our impact gun, our 13mm, remove our 2 nuts, and you're going to repeat this on the other side and remove the other 2 13mm. Now that I got the 4 nuts off, I'm going to lift up on the strut tower brace and remove it. Now we're going to remove our upper engine cover. Now we're going to remove our engine cover. You're just going to give it a couple tugs, and then just lift up, and now that comes off. Next, we're going to remove our PCV hoses on both valve covers. Now we're going to remove the PCV hose on the driver's side. If you look down inside, you're going to see a little gray tab. You're going to want to take a short or small thin screwdriver, flat or a pick, and you're going to want to get in there and push the tab back, and that will release the PCV, and then you can get it out of the way. Next, we have a line on the back of this valve cover we're going to remove, and then we'll work on the other side. Now we're going to remove this plastic hose back here into this clip and get this out of the way. That way we can get the valve cover off. Now we're going to take this valve cover off. I'm just going to lift up on it, and it comes right off pretty easy, right out of the way, which exposes our coil packs on this side. Now we'll go over and take the valve cover off on the passenger side. Now we're going to do the same thing with this PCV hose. We push that clip back, lift up, that pulls the PCV out of the hose. Now you want to be gentle because that is plastic. We're also going to remove our oil fill cover. And now once we got those 2 off, we can get our valve cover off and expose the coil packs on this side. Now we'll go and start removing the coil pack. So now we have all our covers off. We're going to start removing our coil packs on the passenger side. To take these coil packs out, it's pretty easy. You're going to take your long flathead screwdriver. You're going to push down in the center here to pop up the red insert into this clip here. Then you're going to push down on the black part of the clip, and you'll hear it click like that. That will disconnect the wiring harness. Move it out of the way. Once we get it out of the way, you're going to take your 8mm, run your bolt out, and you're just going to give it a little twist and pull. Now we're going to repeat this on the rest of them. I'm going to push up on all the clips. Just the black tabs, and remove the wiring harnesses. Out of the way. Set them out of the way like that. Take my 8mm. Break all the bolts loose. If you want to keep your stock coil packs, now's a good time, once you start taking them out, to mark them. Passenger side 1, 2, 3, 4. If you ever decide that you're going to put your vehicle back to stock. Once I get all these bolts out, coil packs out. The back one might be just a little bit tough to get to. Battery tray in the way. Just pull it up like that. Now we'll start installing our new MSD coil packs. Now we're going to start installing our MSD coil packs. I'm going to put a little dielectric grease inside the boot on each one of them, and then we can install our coil pack. We're going to take our coil pack, pretty much are going to just push it down in like that. Start your 8mm. Tighten it up. Install our wire connector. We'll push it down, you're going to hear it click, and then you're going to push the red clip back down in, and our coil pack's installed. Now I'm going to repeat this procedure on the rest of the other 7 of them. So the back one was the toughest one to get out. I was able to pull it out. It takes a little bit because of the battery box in the back. I have found a trick to get the back one in pretty easily. You take a smaller pry bar, you're kind of just going to lay it and wedge it between the battery box and the valve cover. Now you don't want to pull or pull too hard because you don't want to break the plastic. But if you pull just enough, it'll slide right down in, and you can get the new one in and the old one out in the same way. The rest of them will fall right into place. The other side's not like this. Doesn't really have any interference. Once I push these all into place, I'm going to start the 8mm bolts. Once you push them down in, get them started. And remember again, when you do use that pry bar, you don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to break the plastic. You just have to pull a little bit just to get the clearance you need to slide that coil pack in. Take my 8mm ratchet, snug them all up. Now we'll install our clips next. You're going to hear them click, and you know they're on all the way. And once you hear them click, then you're just going to push the red tabs down. And our coil pack installation on the passenger side is complete. Now we'll repeat this same process on the driver's side. Now that we have our coil packs installed, we're going to reinstall our plastic valve cover. I'll slide it down into place. Get it into place, and you're just going to push it down on. That's all it does, is pretty much snap into place. We're going to reinstall our hose in our bracket back here and push our PCB down. You heard a click. That means it's on. We're going to repeat this same procedure on the other side. Now that we got our valve covers back on and our PCB hoses, I'm going to install our engine cover. Pretty much sits down in place. Give it a couple smacks. We'll reinstall our strut tower brace. Install our 13mm nuts. And that wraps up our installation of our coil packs. That wraps up our review and install of our MSD Blaster coil packs in red for 2011 to 16 Mustang GT. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.